It's hard to imagine New Braunfels without a Chamber of Commerce. In fact, since its inception in 1919, not a single year goes by where the Greater New Braunfels Chamber of Commerce has not influenced the growth and quality of life of this unique community. It was there that they established an organization to promote the commercial resources of the city, as well as a mechanism to meet future needs. 100 years on, and the founding vision is stronger than ever. The Chamber understands that the root of all business is people. It's the people who rise up early to turn on the lights, start the engines, put out the fires, and put pen to paper. People who put in countless hours to hone their craft and make a living. It's the 8-to-5ers, the go-getters, and the late-nighters. It's the people who are dedicated to making their community a better place to live and do business. This is who the Chamber is, and what they do is a collective commerce. Helping the residents of New Braunfels achieve the American dream has been at the core of the Chamber's work. Much like in the days of the early 20th century, the initiatives to foster this prosperity include establishing new industry while still supporting existing business, being a catalyst for infrastructure improvements, promoting New Braunfels as a tourist destination, advocating for Chamber members, and locking arms with the community for the betterment of all. When the proverbial book was closed on that archetypal meeting back in 1919, this new organization had adopted two critical founding principles: to promote the city's commercial resources and to advocate advanced methods in municipal affairs. These principles have since become a promise by the Chamber to the citizens of New Braunfels. A promise the Chamber will continue to keep for the next 100 years. The Greater New Braunfels Chamber of Commerce. Success flows here.
The formation of the Chamber from an early time was, promote commerce and promote quality of life through municipal affairs. And that's the combination that we still use today.
I think our chamber is one of the most active, productive, impactful chambers that I have seen.
There are few that can compare as far as all of the activities, all the job creation that's done.
And so I see the Chamber of Commerce as sort of the workhorse of our community. The Chamber has had their hands in so many things that have made and built up this community.
They really look at the whole picture of the community and how it's growing, the direction that it's going in.
Being able to help retain the integrity, the identity of our community, and yet still help us grow.
After 100 years, they've been doing something right.
Everything that they do for the residents, the businesses, the nonprofits, the city, the county, phenomenal.
And so I think why it's had the staying power is that the people that have been involved for a long time.
We have over 2,000 members. That's very unusual.
We're so involved and people just really, really care.
You can be a community where you close off and you say, okay, these are the only people that get to be involved, or you can take the pattern that the New Braunfels Chamber of Commerce has taken, which is to be welcoming.
I guess the most important thing about the Chamber is it's very inclusive. They actually reach out into the community to develop leaders.
That is what I believe sets them apart, just bringing everyone in together to make those goals happen. They can't do it on their own, but they're really good at bringing the right players together, and that's our chamber. They want everyone to succeed, and you gotta love that. You gotta have that in your back pocket or we're not gonna make it.
For a chamber to succeed, it requires people to care about two things simultaneously: commerce and community. And that's where New Braunfels excels. In this brief history of time, there have been countless projects born out of the chamber.
Through the years, the Chamber has been that organization that has seen a need and gone out and solved the problem.
today, it's one of the strongest JC chapters in the state of Texas.
This has been a tourism mecca for over 100 years.
It was an opportunity to help individuals in need in the community. There have been numerous committees that the Chamber forms, all for the betterment of this community.
The city and the chamber had a sausage day and then they had a sausage week. Well, we didn't envision how big it was going to get.
It's quite an honor to be named basically the Citizen of the Year.
Our early leaders found that it was so important to have volunteer leadership in town. They were the ones giving their time, talent, and treasure. And so it's important to honor them.
In 1972, when we had a major flood, the people of Braunfels, Germany took up a collection. And out of that, we now have the Braunfels Foundation Trust.
Bill and Nan Dillon were going to deed to an organization over 80 pieces of handmade furniture. The Dillons wanted that property to be a museum, and that's where the Heritage Society was formed.
Our United Way of Comal County was really formed to be an opportunity for individuals who want to give back.
Do we want to put together an incubator here? We'd like to start growing our own.
And there are a lot of programs that don't necessarily immediately impact the business community, like the educational partnership that we have with the schools, but in the long run it will. Before it's over, said and done, the chamber and education partnering together will make a difference in the economy.
But for communities and schools, these children would not only not be in school, but they would be probably on the street. So they truly just changed people's lives.
It gave me an opportunity to learn the community that I thought I knew.
When we opened for the first full semester, we almost filled the building with 1,000 students.
That is to the Chamber of Commerce's credit that we have such a successful and viable civic and convention center.
Two Tarts is a success story.
The enrollment grew over the next 9 years, and so the Business Education Partnership looked at a 30,000 square foot expansion.
I would think of the chamber in one word as impactful.
I would say inclusive.
Catalytic.
Active.
Productive.
Busy.
Phenomenal.
It's just without comparison. But then again, New Braunfels is sort of without comparison.
100 years ago, the New Braunfels Chamber was created on a foundation of hard work, perseverance, community pride, and always striving to do more for the people and businesses of New Braunfels. Those values are still guiding the Chamber's work today. With a century of achievement behind us, the Chamber looks forward to the future where we are committed to continued prosperity and securing a sustainable way of life that has attracted people to this area since the city founding in 1845.